right, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. My name's Wayne. I'm going to be one half of your host for today's program. We're just going to do a little bit of housekeeping to get out of the way while we're starting. So at the end of our presentation, we will have time for a Q&A. So if you would like to submit any questions, in the menu, there's a questions icon, or if you're on mobile, there will be a question mark icon. You can select that and submit any questions you like. This will also be recorded, so if you have to leave early, it is no big deal. We will be uploading it to our YouTube channel later. All right. And there's also going to be a survey that's going to be sent to your email. If you could please fill that out, it helps us improve the quality of our presentations going forward. So outside of that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to my co-host, Abby, if you'd like to take over.
Hi. Good afternoon and welcome to our Earth Day edition of Celebrations Around the World. My name is Abigail, as said by Wayne, and today I'll be co-presenting with said person of Wayne, who we've already met. With that being said, let's just get started. What is Earth Day? Earth Day is a global celebration for environmental consciousness. Earth Day began on April 22nd, 1970, when 20 million Americans across the United States began to protest the misuse and mistreatment of the environment. They desired to encourage environmental awareness and to demand humanity to find new, greener ways to progress forward. The first Earth Day is credited with launching the modern environmental movement. Even though Earth Day was first celebrated in 1970 in the United States, it became global by the 1990s. The celebration is now one of the largest observed holidays worldwide. Fun fact. Now on to some fun facts. The first being that Earth Day has yearly themes. These themes are determined by the Earth Day Network, who also is in charge of the organization of global Earth Day events. 2019 was Protect Our Species. 2020 was the 50th anniversary of Earth Day and had the theme of climate action. 2021 was about restoration, and Earth Day for 2022 is about investing in our planet. Now, what does that mean? This year's theme is focused on accelerating solutions to combat climate change and to activate everyone to do their part. Much of the focus is on the sustainability and environmental awareness of businesses and working towards a green economy. I think that earthday.org had summed it up best. They phrased it as businesses, governments, and citizens, everyone accounted for and everyone accountable. Fun fact part 2. While Earth Day is one of the largest international holidays focusing on environmental conservation, there are actually many international holidays centered around the environment. So make sure to mark these down on your calendar. We've got the International Day of Forests on March 21st, World Environment Day on June 5th, World Oceans Day, June 8th, International Day of Clean Air on September 7th, and International Day of the Preservation of the Ozone Layer on September 16th. Boy, that last one was a mouthful. Now I'm going to hand over this next portion of the PowerPoint to Wayne.
So we'd like to go ahead and show you some information about where and how Earth Day is celebrated. Earth Day is celebrated yearly on April 22nd, and it's celebrated all over the world. So let's see some examples. Up first, we have Denmark. Denmark's largest celebration is called Earth Day United, and it's a yearly event that occurs at Christiansborg Castle Square in Copenhagen. For their celebration, they have an address that is given by a Greenlandic shaman. They perform a drum circle and then do a march for science. In Japan, the largest event is called Earth Day Tokyo. Earth Day Tokyo is a 2-day event that's held within Yoyogi Park in the Shibuya ward of Tokyo, and the event brings many environmentally conscious individuals, organizations, and vendors that perform and put on shows. In India, a large portion of their Earth Day celebrations focus on conservation and cleanup initiatives. There's a large cooperation between conservationists and temples within the region to reduce the amount of single-use plastics permitted, but their most important focus on Earth Day is for the conservation efforts that increase awareness for the destruction of the habitat for the Asian elephant. And finally, a little bit closer to home, some examples of things going on in the Tampa Bay area that you could look into. There's the Clearwater Beach Earth Day cleanup that occurs on April 22nd, 4 to 7 p.m. And there's also EcoFest, which is put on by Mosey, and it's a community event that addresses businesses, organizations, and individuals within our area that are dedicated to the principles of sustainability. For both events, you can register online, and they are both free to attend. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Abby.
All righty. Why is Earth Day significant? Earth Day is widely recognized as the largest secular observance in the world, marked by more than 1 billion people every year. Earth Day also gives a platform to many environmental initiatives worldwide. The first Earth Day, in 1970, opened the door for the creation of environmental laws such as the Clean Air, Clean Water, and Endangered Species Acts, and the establishment of the Environmental Protection Agency in the United States. Earth Day helps to make the public's desires for environmental awareness known to their governments. Every single year, Earth Day receives a global recognition and it acts as a reminder of the harm that humans can cause on this earth, while also spreading hope and education on how we can change in order to protect our one and only home. And with that, if you would like to learn more, you are more than welcome to check out our catalog for more Earth Day content at hcplc.org. We have DVDs, books, ebooks, plenty of information and resources. And now I'm going to check to see if we have a question. Do people eat anything special for Earth Day parties? I'm gonna hop back on here. Hi. To my knowledge, there's no special like foods and stuff we eat for Earth Day parties. I know that a lot of my friends, when they throw Earth Day parties, they like to try to find things that are locally sourced, or try to find things that, like a lot of them like to do more greens and stuff like that because Earth Day and stuff. So, can you think of anything that they might do, Wayne?
Well, a lot of it's going to be dependent on region. So depending on where you are, it's, eating locally. There's also typically a larger push for people to eat more plant-based during Earth Day. Organic, non-GMO, things of that sort. That's usually a push for things of that sort leading up to it. But in terms of specific foods, it would more than likely depend on the region you're looking at. And that would be actually a lot of fun to research into how they eat differently around the world for Earth Day.
And another question we have is, does the library host any Earth Day celebrations? Well, we don't have necessarily an Earth Day celebration per se, but we do have a movie night the day before that we're going to do, and it's the Lorax. So it's an event that's involving Earth Day that is more kid-based, or if anyone can watch the Lorax, I love that movie, but, about conservation and such. And we also have this as our Earth Day celebration, as our celebration around the world.
A lot of it comes down. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, after you.
I was going to say a lot of it comes down to branch by branch. So I welcome you to check out the link there below for events. Your local branch may have events going on relating to Earth Day outside of what our branch alone is doing.
Which we're Maureen B. Gaza, just for the record. Let's see.
We have any other questions?
All right. We've got, what was the reason behind the protests that began Earth Day? So there was a lot of protests that went on in the 1960s and 70s with the civil rights movement, the anti-war movement, and women's rights and things like that. So people just kind of wanted to tag environmental consciousness at the end of those political agendas. And also, I think the oil spill in California that happened the year before was the straw that broke the camel's back for that. But see if there are any other questions.
Oh, you're welcome, Amelia. I just saw your post. Happy to answer your question.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Don't believe there are any other questions. So
if you want to contact
pleasure.
Thank y'all so much for coming out for celebrations around the World Earth Day. If you want to contact us, like I said, we've got hcplc.org/contact. You can also look at our events, library programs and events, similar to where you probably found this event. And any other closing remarks?
Always welcome to come out to the branches and visit us. We will be at the Maureen B. Gaza Library, but I am sure your local branch will be excited to have you in as well.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more.